Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the topic that recently the Home Minister of India, that is Amit Shah, he has recently said that Ladakh, the Union Territory of Ladakh, will be getting 5 new districts. So as of now, Ladakh has 2 districts. Now see what happened in the year 2019, that Article 370 was revoked, and after Article 370 was revoked, the union territories, 2 new union territories was created, and that is, first was the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and second was the Union Territory of Ladakh. Now within the Union Territory of Ladakh, there are 2 districts as of now. That is, first is Leh and second is the Kargil. Now what is happening is that Ladakh, because it is huge in size, the area is very large, it becomes difficult to administer that area. Now to make that administration easy, the new plan that has been proposed is that 5 new districts will be created within the Ladakh. 5 new districts means already 2 districts are present and 5 new will be created. It means that in the coming future 7 districts will be there in the Union Territory of Ladakh. So this is our topic. So the points of discussion will be, first of all, about the news, then Ladakh people demands, what are the people of Ladakh demanding and why the protests keeps on happening in Ladakh, then about the 6th schedule, and in the end prelims practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is polity and governance. Before we move forward, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. The news talks about Amit Shah announces 5 new districts for Ladakh. Okay, so the Union Home Minister, he has recently said that 5 new districts will be created in Ladakh, and the name of these 5 new districts will be Zaskar, Dras, Sham, Nubra and Changthang. So these 5 will be the name of the new districts, and this will be created in the Union Territory of Ladakh. And what will it do? As I just told you, that because Ladakh is huge in area and size, so it will help in better administration of the area, and also it will help in better governance of the area, and also the policies or the frameworks which the government designs for the area. So if the area will be divided and more districts will be there, so the administration of those districts will be easy, plus the end result or the people at the basic grassroots level will be able to take better advantage of the policies or the framework which the government announces or which the government gives for the people. So bolstering governance in every nook and cranny. It means that if more and more number of districts will be created, then the governance and administration will become more easy. Then Ladakh presently has 2 districts, that is Leh and Kargil, with Autonomous Hill Development Council. Now Autonomous Hill Development Councils becomes important specifically under the Schedule 6 of the Indian Constitution. We will be discussing this in detail. Then the creation of 5 new districts, it has been said that it is a step towards better governance and prosperity of the region, and this is for the people of Ladakh. And the Ministry of Home Affairs has said that Ladakh administration would form a committee. So a committee would be formed to assess the different aspects which are related to the formation of the new districts, like for example the headquarters, the boundaries, the structure. So for the discussion of these things, a committee will be created, and this committee will submit the report, and after that the major or the final decision for the creation of 5 new districts will be taken. Then the decision comes days before the September 1 October 2 Padyatra, that is march call given by the Leh Apex body to Delhi. Now what has been happening since the time of 2019 or since the time of revocation of Article 370 or since the time of revocation of the statehood from the places of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, the demand or the protest has been happening in Ladakh, and the people of Ladakh do also participate in these protests, and the demand from many demands from the side of the people of Ladakh is being coming. Now, in the coming days, that is from September 1 to October 2, the Leh Apex body, they decided to launch or they decided to go for a march, that is a march to Delhi to raise the demand of Ladakh. Now, what are the demands of Ladakh or the people of Ladakh? So, these demands are, first of all, statehood, that again the statehood will be given to the place, that is Ladakh. Then inclusion of Ladakh under the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution, that is protection of the tribal areas. So they are demanding 6th schedule. Then job reservation for the local people, outsiders should not be allowed to take jobs. Then 2 Lok Sabha and 1 Rajya Sabha seat for the region. As we all know that in the coming month, that is in the month of September, elections will be taking place in Jammu and Kashmir. So in Ladakh also they are demanding 2 Lok Sabha and 1 Rajya Sabha seats, and then they are also demanding for the protection of their culture, identity, land and jobs from outsiders. So these are few of the demands which the people of Ladakh are talking about or are raising. Now the most important point is that they are demanding 6th schedule, their inclusion in the 6th schedule and also the statehood. Now let us talk about the 6th schedule in detail, because this is what becomes important from the exam respect, and this is a part from where majority of the, or you can say the major chance of questions will come from this part. So about the 6th schedule. So first of all, Article 244 Clause 2 of the Indian Constitution talks about this provision shall apply to the administration of the tribal areas in 4 states, and those states are Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. So these 4 states where the tribal areas are there or the tribal population lies. So the Article 244 talks about the administration of the tribal areas in Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. Then the tribal areas in the 4 states are to be administered as autonomous districts. So in these 4 states of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. So in these 4 states, the tribal areas. So within these 4 states, the tribal areas which are there in these 4 states, they will be administered as the autonomous districts. Tribal areas, autonomous districts. Then if there are different scheduled tribes in an autonomous district, so within one autonomous district, if there will be different types of scheduled tribes. So if different scheduled tribes will be present in an autonomous district, then the governor can divide the district inhabited by them into autonomous regions. Like for example, imagine that this is the state, this is Assam. Now within Assam, tribal areas in the 4 states are to be administered as autonomous district. Now this is Assam. Now in Assam, this is the region where the tribal population is this. So this will be autonomous district. Now imagine that within this autonomous district, many different scheduled tribes are present or many different scheduled tribes are lying. So they will be divided and the district will be inhabited into autonomous regions. So within this region, so there will be different autonomous regions. So these different regions, they will be autonomous regions. I hope things are clear. So within the autonomous district, different autonomous regions are there depending upon how many different type of scheduled tribes are present in that region. And then the governor has the power to divide the district into autonomous regions. Then governor is empowered to organize and reorganize the autonomous district. So the president or the prime minister, no, if you will get the question in the examination that who has the power to organize and reorganize the autonomous district? And the options are given: the president, the prime minister, the chief minister, or the governor. Then the answer would be the governor. So in the case of autonomous districts or autonomous regions, the power lies with the governor. So the governor is empowered to organize or reorganize the autonomous district, and the governor can also increase, decrease the boundaries or alter the name of any autonomous district. It means the autonomous district, with regard to the increase of the boundary, decrease of the boundary, or alteration of the name, this all power depends on the governor. Then there shall be a district council for each autonomous district. Now come back. This was the autonomous district, within it was the autonomous region. So for each autonomous district there is a district council also. So for all autonomous district, a district council is also present. So there shall be a district council for each autonomous district, consisting of not more than 30 members. So within the district council, how many members are there? 30 members. It means maximum number of members which can be present in a district council is 30. Less than 30 can be there, more than 30 will not be there. As the word itself is telling that autonomous means that they are independent and they have the capacity and the power to take their own decision. Not all decisions, but they are not dependent for all the decisions that they have to take on the state government or any other government, but they can take some of their decisions on their own, and they have the capacity to work on their own. Then not more than 4 persons shall be nominated by the governor. So governor can nominate up to 4 persons in the district council, and the rest shall be elected on the basis of adult suffrage. So out of 30 members, 4 can be nominated by the governor, and the remaining 26 will be elected on the basis of the adult suffrage. It means that by voting it can be done, and the tenure or the time period is for 5 years. For district council also it is 5 years, and for the members of the district council also the time period is 5 years. Then there shall be a separate regional council for each area constituted an autonomous region. See, this was the state, autonomous district has district council. Within the autonomous district there were autonomous regions, and each autonomous region has a regional council. So there will be a regional council for each autonomous region, and the district and regional councils. So the district council and the regional council, they also have the power to take many decisions, and they are empowered to make laws on certain specified matters like lands, management of forest, inheritance of property. And so these are few of the type of work where they can take their own decision and they can make their own laws. Laws also they are able to make, like for example land management of forest other than the reserve forest, all other type of management, inheritance of property, or the minerals or the minor minerals which is found in that area, or any kind of mining is done in that area. So these are the type of decisions which the district council or the regional council can take on its own. Then all laws made under this provision require the assent of the governor of the state. So whatever laws have been made under the district council and the regional council, the ultimate decision or the ultimate assent has to be given by the governor. Then high courts have jurisdiction over the suits and cases which is specified by the governor. So the high court has the power, or high court becomes powerful in this case because the high court have the jurisdiction over the suits and cases which is specified by the governor. It means whatever the decision on some suits and cases the governor is giving, the high court can have a say on it. Then the councils are given the power to grant licenses or lease for the extraction of minerals within their jurisdiction. As we were just talking about that, what are the areas on which the regional council and the district council can make laws. So one of the point is also about the extraction of minerals in their area. So this is about the 6th schedule and also about the autonomous district council. Because in the starting, let me come back to the starting, and that is, okay, this is the starting that we were talking about. So first of all, this line was there that Ladakh presently has 2 districts, that is Leh and Kargil, with Autonomous Hill Development Council. So we have discussed the Autonomous Development Council. This becomes important, and one of the major demands of the people of Ladakh, or you can say the Ladakh is demanding, and that is the inclusion of Ladakh under the 6th schedule. So now you can understand that why the 6th schedule becomes important. First of all, let me go back. That is, the administration of the tribal areas will be done under the 6th schedule. So administration will be handled, then autonomous districts will be made, or autonomous regions will be made, then district council will be made, regional council will be made. So the decisions will be taken at the grassroots level. Plus they also want the reservation in jobs so that the outsiders cannot come in and so that they feel more empowered, and the outsiders cannot come and take their jobs or their land, or can infiltrate or intervene with their culture, because the demands that is being raised from the people of Ladakh or from Ladakh is with regard to these problems. And the population of Ladakh is also not very high. So if we talk about the 2011 census, then the population of Ladakh does not go above 3 lakh. So that is not very high in numbers. But on the other hand, if we will see the area that Ladakh constitutes is very high. So some of the areas are extremely sparsely populated, and there are few regions which are very difficult to carry on with the livelihood because of the very high temperature and very difficult situation or very difficult conditions to live. So this was about the issue, about what is happening, what the Home Minister, what the Union Home Minister has said about the demands of the people of Ladakh, what is 6th schedule and other things. Now in the end, there's a prelims MCQ, and you people will give me the answer in the comment section, and it is a PYQ of the year 2015. So the question talks about the provision in the 5th schedule and 6th schedule in the Constitution of India are made in order to. So 5th schedule and 6th schedule, in order to, first, to protect the interest of scheduled tribes. Second, determine the boundaries between states. Third, determine the powers, authorities and responsibilities of panchayats. And fourth, protect the interests of all the border state. I hope you will be able to do this. I am sure you will be able to do this. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.